All right, guys, thanks for checking out my channel. Just gonna be a short video today. This is definitely outside my norm, but I do a lot of video game collecting. If you watch my pickups every month, you see that. I just kind of wanted to talk about a couple things that have happened recently with me going out there. I am definitely trying to do more, Goodwill, pawn shops, Facebook Marketplace, any of that stuff over eBay. eBay prices, even if it's a good game or a good price on a game, you've got to pay the eBay tax, shipping. It just adds up, and I just feel like I'm getting better deals, and it's more fun. It really is more fun to go out and hunt for the games. Just see what you're going to find. I do get that little high when I'm going out and you get all excited and you never know what you're going to find. So most of my experience is very positive. I'm very happy with it. But this month has been a little funky. Nothing horrible. I just thought the thumbnail I made, if it is clickbaity, I'm sorry. I just thought it would be funny to make it that way. But a couple things. Number one is with GameStop. I do still use GameStop a lot. I actually am a big fan of GameStop. They are by no means perfect. I'm not going to white knight for them. But I still enjoy the fact that it's a dedicated video store. I really wish there were other competitors. I understand with the market, the way things are today, a brick and mortar store like that doesn't make as much sense, but I really appreciate personally having that option to go to a video game store. I still do a lot of, transactions with them, a lot of business, so I enjoy it. Anyways, I pre-ordered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge for the Switch. The physical, do physical. If you watch the channel, if you don't, I do physical games. I'm not a big fan of digital. But I ordered it. It was originally supposed to come out, honestly, I believe at the beginning of October. It got pushed. I went in to pick it up when it was supposed to come out like a day after. And they said, oh, it's pushed back to the end of the month. Okay, it's not a big deal. Delays happen. I understand things are still wonky in the world, so not a huge deal. I wanted to get it. I want to play that game. I want to play with my kids or play online. But I can wait. That's fine. So it got delayed. I don't even remember the date. But then when I went in, it was at least a couple of weeks later. I think actually 3. I went in to get it then, and they're like, oh, it didn't come out. We don't know what's going on. There's this one guy at the GameStop I go to that's like 5 minutes from my house. So I go to this GameStop the vast majority of the time. It's super close. He looked up and he's like, oh, it's supposed to come out. I can't remember dates. But he's like, oh, it's really weird that they haven't said anything. And basically the communication just shut down, which for me is frustrating because when I pre-order a game, I don't put like $5 down like you can at GameStop. I pay for the whole game. I like to just pay for it so that when it comes in, I can just go ahead and grab it. Bam, it's mine. I'm done. I can take the game. So I prepay fully for all my games when I pre-order. But he wasn't really able to give me a good answer at first. Like he had to look into it. He's like, I'll look into it. Not a big deal. But once again, if you're told it's a certain date. Oh, here's the other kicker. He said I was the only person at this GameStop to order that game physically for the Switch. So if I'm the only person, it's not like there's a huge list of people they have to look at, but if the order gets delayed past a certain date when they're supposed to get it, wouldn't you, like, as a responsible company, like, notify that person, like, hey, just so you know, we don't have the game that you pre-ordered. We will notify you when it comes in. They didn't do anything like that. I just had to go in the store and find out they still didn't have it, and this is after, like, 2 or 3 delays. So supposedly it's supposed to come out soon. I don't know. I still don't have it. I can't show it. I really want the game. I really want it physical on Switch. I don't have it. Kind of frustrating with GameStop. But you know what? What are you going to do? I guess I got to keep waiting, even though I've already put my money down. So anyways, that was my first experience. The second thing that's kind of happened, and this is more frustrating to me, like, yes, Shredder's Revenge is a game I actually really want. A game I'll actually set time aside to play soon. Like, as soon as I get it. But, I can be reasonable. I can understand GameStop's position. This other situation, on the other hand, to me is much more disheartening with what's going on with retro video game collecting. And so throughout this last month, I've really been trying to cut back on how much I go out to Goodwill, Salvation Army, look on Facebook Marketplace, because I'm trying to save up. We have the holidays right ahead. I got gifts I got to buy for people. I figured maybe I'll just spend less on video games for a couple of months. But, you know, I still go out hunting all the time. So one particular day, this is, you know, roughly a week or so ago, I went into the one of the Goodwills that's close to my house. It's actually not too far from the GameStop that I just talked about. So, you know, it's very convenient to just pop into both of those when I have time to go out video game hunting. So on this day, I walk in, there was nothing new in the video game section that I really look for. It was the same games that, you know, have been there for a while. You got like 30 copies of Wii Fit. That's fantastic. You got, you know, the scattered Madden games on Xbox, and usually there's PS2 has a couple of them, but I've got like all of those now. So nothing really exciting in the game section. The games and the DVDs are kind of clumped together for the most part. Usually some of the games get mixed into the movies. So if you hunt through, sometimes you can find a nice little game in there. So I'm looking through, I didn't find any games this day. However, what I did find, I'll show you right here, is this. It's 3 copies of Pokemon Journeys, the series. Legend, well, they have different titles. I'm not even going to pretend like I knew what they were. All I know is that I'm a hero when I buy Pokemon stuff. My boys like Pokemon. My nephew, who's 5, loves Pokemon now. He's totally getting into it, which is fun. So I buy these so, you know, we can watch them, or he has something, my nephew has something to do when he comes over. I keep telling him he can take them home and watch them whenever he wants. He's like, oh yeah, and then he never takes them home. Anyways, it doesn't matter. These were pretty cool. They're this is all the episodes for this thingamajiggy, this Journeys, the series. Episodes 1 all the way through 48. A lot of episodes. They were all 3 right next to each other. They have all the discs in them. I always look at all that stuff before I leave. I would hate to like grab a, you know, a case and get home and have something missing from it. That would be really depressing. Even though they're not, you know, games and such are not too expensive, it's still, that would suck. Anyways, these weren't bad. They were $5 a piece, $4.99. I thought that was a really great deal. But here's what really bothered me is when I got to the register, it was a younger guy, and he made the remark just offhandedly that he's like, oh, I'm surprised you found those out there and that they didn't ship them to the warehouse or whatever it is where they do. I know they do the online sales now. They have like their own auction house or whatever it is. I haven't even ever looked at it. But it to me, it was just so disheartening because they really are taking an experience away from people, and they're getting greedy. You know, GameStop's setup, their business is like, it's an amazing business. They get everything for free from people that just drop stuff off, and then they make money off of it. I mean, that's insane. But to me, whatever they get in the store, they should market a decent price and put out on the lobby. Like, just because it's a video game that's worth $100 doesn't mean that they should be getting $100. They should be putting out there for the same price. You know, even if it's a little more. Okay, put $20 on that game. Throw it out there and let somebody get lucky so that they, you know, get to enjoy their experience video game hunting. You know, this company is making so much money off of nothing that it's sad that they are taking the best, what I'm assuming the best of the video games, or like stuff like Pokemon normally, and like shipping it off right away before anyone that lives in that area actually has a chance to pick it up. And it's frustrating for me too, because I really enjoy some of these channels that I watch on YouTube now where it is, you know, video game hunting, and they always go into Goodwills and just like find these amazing games that I've never seen once. Or they go to, you know, all these, you know, garage sales are a little different, but they go to all these resale shops and they find these just like piles of amazing games sitting there. And where I live in Northern Illinois, everywhere I go, that doesn't happen. I did go to a pawn shop for the first time this month, and they had some awesome games, but the guy there knew what he was doing. He had them marked, you know, just a few dollars each game, a few dollars below their price charting or eBay prices. So yes, you're making a deal on those, but not much. And, you know, that's his shtick is, you know, he's looking it up. He's doing his business, which is fine because he's also not just gifted those games. He's paying for them. He's giving somebody, you know, what he feels is a fair price. They have the option to take it or not. Goodwill, it's people literally dropping off boxes. You know, I'm assuming a lot of times with video games, people that it's their kids that grew up and moved out or whoever, they don't even know what it is. I just feel there's no reason that Goodwill should be so greedy. Oh, they're so greedy with taking these games and just trying to maximize profits off of them. and it kind of ruins the experience. So I definitely I would not buy anything off of the Goodwill online. I want that to fail. I know that sounds bad and mean, but I don't want them to do well with that, because I feel like if it's delivered to a store, it should be checked to make sure it's there or it's working or whatever, and put out on the floor at that Goodwill. And you know what? If resellers find it and they want to sell that for more, then I have a different mentality on that. I don't really know why I could, if I could explain that, where it would make sense, but I feel like I don't know. It's just it's their side business, but it's also them, working hard, going out hunting these games constantly. Goodwill's a massive corporation. They're making millions of dollars, not just off of video games, off of everything they get for free, they're selling. So I feel like they should give a little something back to the people that are hustling, doing their job, putting in the work to find out what's worth money, not just video games. Some of these channels I watch, they pick up other stuff, and I'm like, that's junk. And then they sell it for like 60, 70, who knows how much more. So anyways, yeah, I'm not really happy with Goodwill right now. Obviously, I'm still going to keep going there. I'm not going to pretend like, oh, I'm going to boycott Goodwill. No, because I still find stuff. But it's just sad that that's where they're going as a corporation. I don't know. Anyways, that's how I feel. I rambled long enough. Game hunting, it's going really well this month. I'm having a lot of fun. Those are just two kind of like hiccups that happen. I thought it'd be fun to share, because I don't talk about that stuff as much when I'm showing all the games during the pickups video. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I hope you enjoy this. If you have any thoughts or anything you want to share, you disagree with me on what I believe should be happening with these practices, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.